Yesterday I said that everyone is saying Happy New Year. So I said that happiness, actual happiness, is only in the service of Krishna. So we should desire service of Krishna and wish also for others service of Krishna. That is only and real happiness. So today I got one very nice wish from one devotee. Only devotee can wish like this. So he wrote so nicely that I want to wish this same thing for you also, and also for all who will hear this recording. He wrote, Happy New Year 2023, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, Madan Gopal Prabhu. I wish you 1 year of Harikatha listening and reading, 12 months of enthusiastic bhajan, 52 weeks of nectar Mahaprasadam, 365 wonderful days in company of the devotees, 8,760 hours in the service of Hari, Guru, Vaishnavas, and 525,600 happy minutes remembering the loveliness of Sri Radha Krishna, Brajavasis, Nitai Gaur, and their devotees. Very nice, he wrote. 1 year, 12 months, this means 1 year. I wish this for till the end of my life, and also in next life, future lives, all lives, this. And we are hearing SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM. This is only devotee can say like this. Devotees are intelligent. They know what we should desire and what we should wish for others. Here also Kunti Devi, mother of 5 Pandavas, she said, O Krishna, those who continuously hear, chant, and repeat your transcendental activities, or take pleasure in others doing so, they're happy seeing others are serving Krishna. Certainly see your lotus feet, which alone can stop the repetition of birth and death. Real devotees, they are not envious of other devotees. They are very happy seeing devotees serving Krishna, because same object of worship or service. So if someone is serving Krishna, why I should be unhappy about that? Target is to satisfy Krishna. Devotees, they are serving, so why I should be envious? If I have some ulterior motives in my bhajan, I'm doing bhajan so that I will gather so many disciples, and I will gather so much money and so much temples I will make. Like, if this is my target, then naturally I will be envious of others. They are taking. But if someone's target is only satisfaction of Krishna, then what is the problem? If he is serving Krishna, he is guiding 100,000 jivas to serve Krishna. What is that problem to me? I should be happy about that. And if he is opening 100 temples and I opened one temple, why I should be envious? It is very good that so many in so many places Krishna is served and so many devotees. So target should be correct. Then there is no envy, quarrel, all this, because Krishna is Purna, complete reality, infinite. If someone gets Purna, others will not be deprived of Purna. In this world, we see someone is getting, another is not getting, because it is limited. But Krishna is unlimited. So who has connection with unlimited is not blocking someone else from getting infinite. And if I'm in connection with infinite, then what I can be deprived of if I have one disciple, but for the service of Krishna, then should I be, means I will never be dissatisfied because I don't have 100,000 disciples. If my target is service of Krishna, or no disciple, no money, that is the point. If we have some other targets, then this quarrel and envy and all these things is coming. Competition, that. So here, or takes pleasure in others doing so. If other devotees, they are chanting Krishna's name, is very good. Why I should be disturbed because of that? Apyadyanastvam svakritehi ta prabho jihasasi sit suhrido nu jivinah yesham nachanyad bhavatah padambujat parayanam rajasu yoji tamhasam. O my Lord, you have executed all duties yourself. Are you leaving us today? Though we are completely dependent on your mercy and have no one else to protect us, now when all kings are at enmity with us, when Krishna was going to Dwaraka, then this is happening. Ke vayam nama rupabhyam yadubih saha pandava bhavato darshanam yarhi Hrishikanam iveshitu. As the name and fame of a particular body is finished with the disappearance of the living spirit, similarly, if you do not look upon us, all our fame and activities, along with the Pandavas and the Yadus, will end at once. Neyam shobhishyate tatra yathedanim gadadara tvat padair ankita bhati solakshana vilakshite. O Gadadhar means Krishna, one who is holding the Gada club. Our kingdom is now being marked by the impressions of your feet, and therefore it appears beautiful. But when you leave, it will no longer be so. Ime jana padah vridha supakvaushadi viruddha vanadri nadi udanvanto hyedhante tava vikshite. All these cities and villages are flourishing in all respects because the herbs and grains are in abundance, the trees are full of fruits, the rivers are flowing, the hills are full of minerals, and the oceans full of wealth. And this is all due to your glancing over them. Atha Vishvesha Vishwatman Vishwamurte Swakeshu me Sneha Pasha Mimam Chindi Dridam Pandushu Vrishnishu. O Lord of the universe, Soul of the universe, O Personality of the form of the universe, please, therefore, sever my tie of affection for my kinsmen, the Pandavas and the Vrishnis. Here, Srila Sai Maharaj is explaining, a pure devotee of the Lord is ashamed to ask anything in self-interest from the Lord. But the householders are sometimes obliged to ask favors from the Lord, being bound by the tie of family affection. Srimati Kunti Devi was conscious of this fact, and therefore she prayed to the Lord to cut off the affectionate tie from her own kinsmen, the Pandavas and the Vrishnis. The Pandavas are her own sons, and the Vrishnis are the members of her paternal family. Krishna was equally related to both the families. Both the families required the Lord's help because both were dependent devotees of the Lord. Srimati Kunti Devi wished Sri Krishna to remain with her sons the Pandavas, but by his doing so, her paternal house would be bereft of the benefit. All these partialities troubled the mind of Kunti, and therefore she desired to cut off the affectionate tie. A pure devotee cuts off the limited ties of affection for his family and widens his activities of devotional service for all forgotten souls. That when Gurudev was explaining that qualities of a sadhu, they give up these family ties for the sake of Krishna. Also Ambarish Maharaj, internally, or Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they have different kind of vision towards their family members. They don't externally go away, but inside they are not seeing as wife this. No, they're seeing they are all eternal servants of Krishna. They belong to him. And I am serving servants of Krishna. That transcendental platform we have to come. Only externally going away does not necessarily mean that I gave up that which is wrong, only externally. I have to get proper transcendental realization or vision, then it will be proper. Otherwise, that will block us in our devotional progress. There in Sadhu, Gurudev told that someone in the family is taking care of 5 other members. So we say he's very broad-minded. He's not only taking care of himself only, but also 5 members. Then another is he's taking care of others in the village also. So we say he's a very broad-minded. That person who is taking care only of his own family, he is narrow-minded, selfish. Before we saw he's very broad-minded, but now he's very narrow-minded. And someone who is taking care of that district, not only in his own village, other members, he's very broad-minded. That person who is only taking care of his own village, members of his own village, is narrow-minded. And then there is another who is taking care of whole state, not only his own district, then we say he's very broad-minded. That person who is only taking care of only his own district is narrow-minded. And then we have one who is taking care of whole country, not only one state in the country. He is broad-minded. That person who is only taking care of one state is narrow-minded. And one who is taking care of that continent, he's very broad-minded. The one who is taking care of only one country, his own country, is narrow-minded. Then someone you have, he's thinking of the whole world, benefit of the whole world. So he's very broad-minded. But he is not taking care of other universes. Someone is taking care. So like that, if you go, ultimately, everyone is coming from Krishna. So who is one-pointedly engaged in the service of Krishna as per his order, he is actually serving all, not only some local, how much big it may be. Only one there in the Kapil Bhagavan told to Mother Devahuti what are the qualities of a sadhu with whom she should associate. Sadhu does not mean only wearing saffron cloth, but by the qualities you have to see whether he's a sadhu or not. Their qualities are mentioned, those who are accompanying qualities and original qualities. He is one-pointedly engaged in the service of Krishna, and he's giving up all these non-eternal relations for the service of Krishna. But when he's serving Krishna, he's serving all. He's related to all in proper way, to all jivas, unlimited jivas, not only to some family or this country, this world, but not Mars, like this. So only one who serves Krishna is actually broad-minded. He is taking care of all. Whoever deviates from that is narrow-minded. And such sadhus are very rare in this world. You have unlimited such devotees in transcendental world, but in this world they are very rare, such pure devotees whose target is only service of Krishna, and they are doing benefit to all. So here Kunti is thinking, I should cut off this, thinking about my own, not about others. Sadhu, real sadhu, he is thinking of all. So here, a pure devotee cuts off the limited ties of affection for his family and widens his activities of devotional service for all forgotten souls. He thinks all are related with me, and all are related with Krishna. That is why they are related to me, because they are related to Krishna. So he is having compassion to all jivas, not only my country and other country, they are enemies, or I have nothing with them. The typical example is the band of 6 Goswamis who follow the path of Lord Chaitanya. All of them belong to the most enlightened and cultured rich families of the higher castes, but for the benefit of the mass of population, they left their comfortable homes and became mendicants. To cut off all family affection means to broaden the field of activities. Without doing this, no one can be qualified as a Brahmana, a king, a public leader, or a devotee of the Lord. The personality of Godhead as an ideal king showed this by example. Sri Ramachandra cut off the tie of affection for his beloved wife to manifest the qualities of an ideal king. Such personalities as a Brahmana, a devotee, a king, or a public leader must be very broad-minded in discharging their respective duties. Srimati Kunti Devi was conscious of this fact, and being weak, she prayed to be free from such bondage of family affection. The Lord is addressed as the Lord of the universe, or the Lord of the universal mind, indicating his all-powerful ability to cut the hard knot of family affection. Therefore, it is sometimes experienced that the Lord, out of his special affinity towards a weak devotee, breaks the family affection by force of circumstances arranged by his all-powerful energy. By doing so, he causes the devotee to become completely dependent on him and thus clears the path for his going back to Godhead. Sai Maharaj, he said, this happened in my life. I had to cut off. That was the mercy of Krishna. So this may happen in one way or another. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, in his songs in Sharanagati, he showed that when he surrendered to Krishna, then his vision changed of everything, of his house, of his family members, everything. That pure vision came. Like Ambrish Maharaj also had pure vision. When Durvasa Rishi went to Narayan, then Narayan told him, you think Ambrish Maharaj is a attached householder and you are a sannyasi. He has no attachment. He gave up everything for me. Totally everything. His wife, everything he gave up for me, means he's only interested in my service, not in any enjoyment or any other type of thing, but he's seeing everything in relation to me. So Ambrish Maharaj did not reject his wife. They were doing Ekadashi together. He did not outwardly renounce like Goswamis. They left their houses, everything, they went to Vrindavan. But Ambrish Maharaj or Srivas Pandit are like this, or Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Outwardly we don't see, but inside they have proper vision. I belong to Krishna, all belong to Krishna. And their target is only service of Krishna, nothing else. Tvai me nanya vishaya matir madhupate sakrit ratim udvahatat adha gange vaugham udanvati. Also, you can see Dhruva Maharaj, when he got darshan of Narayan, and Narayan offered him whatever you like, you get. Dhruva said, no, I don't want anything. I only want your service. So he was a pure devotee. But then Narayan ordered him, but you have to go now home and you have to take that kingdom and ultimately you will come. So you do your duty, and while doing your duty, you will not forget me. So Dhruva, after becoming pure devotee, he married, he had children, he had a job, he was a king, and he was doing his duty. But his vision is not like conditioned soul. He's seeing in different way. That we have to learn from studying Bhaktivinoda Thakur's books. But someone may outwardly renounce, but if he's keeping that inside, then that is not real renunciation. Also, when he was doing his duty as a king, then there was some difficulty. Those yakshas, they were using some black magic. And Dhruva was confused what to do now. Then the rishis, they told him, you satisfied Supreme Lord, so you chant his name, take shelter of his name. Then Dhruva immediately understood the hint, and he made that Narayan Astra. And by that Narayan Astra, that arrow, he could remove all that black magic and everything. So that is why Bhaktivinoda Thakur said in song, Namashraya kori jatane tumi takoho apono kaje. Always taking shelter of holy name, do your relative duties. In this world, what you have to do, but always with chanting Harinam in shelter. Or Krishna said to Arjuna, you remember me and fight. So all the time Krishna consciousness is there in his relative duties also. Also, we can see, so all the time we have to chant Harinam. Also you can see Prahlad Maharaj, he's from birth. In the womb already he is a pure devotee. He came out and he was all the time in pure devotion. He never disrespected his father. He tried to bring him to the service of Krishna, tried in perfect way, by answering those questions and by requesting him and all. But Hiranyakashipu did not. So, but because of that, Prahlad Maharaj never disrespected his father. Why? Because he has no any other desire for the fruit. I am doing my duty to serve Krishna. He is not accepting, so it is like that. Due to his previous bad samskaras and relative independence, so Prahlad was not attached to the fruit. I must convert him. Otherwise, I will not be good preacher or some purpose. No, he's doing his duty and he's satisfied in doing service of Krishna. He's not ambitious for some worldly things. When we don't get some worldly things when we desire, then we become disbalanced. But Prahlad Maharaj never became disbalanced. Why? Because he has no any worldly desire. His only desire is to serve Krishna. So he did his action correctly. 2 times he explained when he was asked what is good, and also at the end when Hiranyakashipu threatened him, that time also he replied very peacefully whatever Hiranyakashipu was asking. From whom you are getting this strength? Then Pran said, from God we are all getting. Where is your God? He is everywhere. And he requested Prahlad, why you are seeing him as enemy? He is not enemy. Enemy is our uncontrolled mind only. He is giving us wrong vision of these enemies and friends. All are coming from Supreme Lord. We are all related, and he is our well-wisher. So you please give up this demoniac mentality of seeing enemies. He requested him, not demanded, request. But Hiranyakashipu did not. And Prahlad Maharaj was not disturbed. He did his duty, serve Krishna. Then again, you see, Nrsimha Bhagavan offered him everything. Prahlad Maharaj did not accept anything. He said, I want your service only. I'm your servant. I'm not a businessman. So then after that, already is proved that Prahlad Maharaj is pure devotee. From the beginning of his life in Guam till that time is proved he's a pure devotee. But Nrsimha Bhagavan ordered him, you should become a king. Why Nrsimha Bhagavan did not say, you take sannyas or Babaji Besh and go to Vrindavan and sit under a tree and do bhajan? Does that mean that Prahlad Maharaj is not pure devotee? Or that someone who just changes his dress and goes under a tree like a monkey, he is automatically pure devotee? No. And should we think that because Prahlad had to marry, also becoming king and marry and have a child, does that mean that he lost his pure devotion? Nrsimha Bhagavan degraded him, threw him down, and Prahlad Maharaj fell down because he became a king. Now he will have so many duties and he has to get married, so he's totally fallen down. And child, or no, he's seeing in relation to Krishna everything. He already saw this before, and now, to be proper example, Nrsimha Bhagavan told him, you have to make that Shraddha for your father so that other people may follow your example. Although it is not necessary for you, you already liberated your father by your devotion. He is not only your father, 21 fathers of your previous births also. So no need for you. But others, they are not pure devotees. And if you will not do, they will think also we need not do. So everyone watching the king, so you have to do. Prahlad Maharaj did. And he was a king, perfect king. And also he played this pastime. You know, he met that one sadhu. He was lying there on the road, not doing anything. And all ministers of Prahlad, they thought he's a mad person. What kind of king was Prahlad? Gurudev said in old age, ancient times, those who were pious kings, they really took care of their citizens. That was their target, duty. And they were doing wholeheartedly. And they were very careful that everyone in the kingdom should be happy, materially and spiritually. So sometimes some persons, they could not express their difficulties in an official way. So those pious kings in disguise, they would go to them, not as a king like this, to hear from them, that they will express their heart, then he can solve their problem. They would approach the people, you have any difficulty? Like our Gurudev also used to say all the time, you have any difficulty? So Prahlad Maharaj also went in disguise to ask, you have any difficulty? So when they were visiting, then they saw that man there. And he's a part of Prahlad Maharaj's kingdom. And ministers thought he's some madman, crazy person. Prahlad Maharaj understood, they misunderstood him. So Prahlad Maharaj, king, gave full dandavat, Ashtanga dandavat pranam, prostrated obeisance to him. And he asked, why you are not working for your happiness? You are young, you are healthy, strong. You see all these people, they are working day and night and they're earning money and they're working for happiness. You should also, while you are lying down here on the ground, and you should work, you should earn, you make one cottage and you serve others also. Why you are not trying for happiness? Prahlad Maharaj knows everything, but for the sake of ministers and others and us, he asked him that way. Then that sadhu, he laughed. Yes, it is true. They're all trying for happiness, but I'm not seeing anyone happy. So why I will do same mistake? Why I will work like them for happiness and not getting? What is the use? And not only here, in 14 worlds I went to everywhere I went, I saw everything. I have my own experience. No one is happy. True, they're trying for happiness, but no one is happy. If there is any happy person in this 14 world, it is you, Prahlad. Because you accepted Supreme Lord, who is happiness personified. When he spoke this, then all others, they understood. He's not ordinary person. So he's a pure devotee, lying on the ground, not doing anything. And Prahlad Maharaj is also pure devotee. He's a king, doing so many things. And Ambarish Maharaj. So the point is in the vision, and point is what Krishna wants. So here, what I wanted to say is, yes, that Prahlad Maharaj, he's a pure devotee and king and married and has a child, Virochan. Prahlad Maharaj, as a pure devotee, he did his duty to his son. He gave him food, cloth, everything, but also he wanted to make him a devotee. So he didn't send him to Shukracharya's school, but sent him to Brihaspati. And by his own advice and example, he was trying to make him devotee, because that is his duty as a parent. But still, Virochan ultimately became a demon. But because of that, Prahlad Maharaj was not disbalanced, disturbed. Why? Because he has no other desire. His desire is to serve Krishna. He thought, I did my duty. Krishna is satisfied. He has very bad sanskaras and he is misusing his free will, so he cannot accept. So what to do? Prahlad Maharaj was not having a paper, I will have to have so many disciples, otherwise Krishna will not be happy. No. He had one son and he's a pure devotee, but he failed to make his son a devotee, not because he committed some mistake, but because he was not able to in this life. So Prahlad Maharaj was not disturbed because of that. So he never beat his son. Why you are not devotee? What people will say? What kind of preacher I am, or father, or all this? I will beat you. You should become a devotee. No, because he has no such desire. His desire is to serve Krishna, and he served Krishna, and Krishna became happy. Prahlad was happy. So Prahlad Maharaj could not make his father devotee and could not make his son devotee, but he's a pure devotee. So how is it? And all this. So Prahlad Maharaj, He's a king, and this whole world he's taking care, so much work, and he's giving Dandavat Pranam to that man lying on the ground, doing nothing. And that man lying on the ground, doing nothing, is praising Prahlad. You are the only one. Both are pure devotees. But they have different duties for the service of Krishna in this world. So what Krishna wants, if we accept that, then we can be happy. But if we calculate something for my own personal enjoyment, oh yes, I should become a sannyasi, then no need to work, and everyone giving prasad, and very nice, the donation you get, Jayat Vani, all this, and someone thinking, no, why I will renounce everything? Better I should stay in house, it's comfort. I can do Harinam. Harinam can everywhere you can do. So what is the problem? So these calculations. But real devotees, they're thinking, what Krishna wants, that service I have to do. So here, Kunti mother is also praying. O Lord of Madhu, as the Ganges forever flows to the sea without hindrance, let my attraction be constantly drawn unto you without being diverted to anyone else. In material vision, if someone is having attention to Krishna purely, he's having proper, pure attention to everyone. And if you see some pure devotee giving attention to some jiva, that is not diversion of his mind, because he's seeing that jiva in relation to Krishna and is compassionate to him to bring him to Krishna. Or if that is a Vaishnava, he will serve that Vaishnava. So there is no loss of Krishna. Because on transcendental platform, Krishna is all unifying spiritual principle. It's not only Krishna and nothing else, or everyone else and not Krishna. Both are incorrect. Proper surrender, then proper vision comes, then one will have attention to Krishna, not to anyone else in the sense of wrong vision to others. Some separate interest or affection. But that does not mean the devotee of Krishna, he hates all others, or ignores, or denies, or say they are all Maya. They are Maya when seen from the in illusory way, in that way, they are Maya. But pure devotees, they are seeing all in relation to Krishna. So Kunti Devi is praying, let me have that uninterrupted, that means transcendental, eternal, pure devotion to you. Let my mind not be diverted to any local interest. Then that will not be beneficial for me, nor for that person. I may think I will serve Krishna, but I will not serve my family, so-called, then they will be deprived. But this is not correct. Even if I serve so much family, disassociated from Krishna, they will not be benefited, I will not be benefited in real sense. But if someone is having that clear conception of Krishna, then he will serve his family members properly and also all others. Shri Krishna, Krishna Saka Vrishni Risha Bhavani Druk Rajanya Vangsha Dahanana Pavargavirya Govinda Godvija Surarti Hara Vatara Jogeshwarakhila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. you will find Mahaprabhu told to Raghunath Bhatta Goswami when he was in Puri. Raghunath Bhatta Goswami came to visit. Then Mahaprabhu said, okay, now you stayed here for 8 months. You go back home, serve your parents because they are devotees, but don't get married. After they will leave this world, you come to Vrindavan, do bhajan there. His service has to do to read Bhagavatam and preach Nama Sankirtan. But Mahaprabhu said to Srinivasacharya, you have to get married. And not once, 2 times. So, depends on the desire of Krishna. And that Lakshmi Priya and Chaitanya Das, they are both pure devotees. They have no any desire for enjoyment. Only they are serving Krishna. But suddenly he got desire to have a child. Then he told to his wife, I don't understand why, but I have desire for a child. Then Lakshmi Priya, she's also pure devotee. She said, okay, then we have to submit this to Mahaprabhu to see what is this. Always we have to submit to Guru, not do according to our own ideas. So they came and Mahaprabhu said, yes, because I want that. It is the desire of Supreme Lord because Srinivasacharya has to appear in this world. He will be non-different from. That is why you have that desire. But if there is no any such service necessary, then he may not say like that. There is no need for child also, he may say. Narad Goswami, he told, why you want to make creation to those boys? Why? We don't know. Our father told. Then Narad explained to them, there is no need. Then they did not do. So it depends on what is Krishna's desire. Then that will be devotion. Otherwise it will be some sense enjoyment in whatever way. Even it may be sense enjoyment. I may think, oh yes, I will take Babaji, I will go Vrindavan, I will do bhajan. It may be sense gratification. If I have my own ideas behind that, why that would be good for me. Or someone may in opposite may think like this. So we have to be under the guidance of bona fide Guru who will know what Krishna wants and that we have to do. O Krishna, O friend of Arjuna, O chief amongst the descendants of Vrishni, you are the destroyer of those political parties which are disturbing elements on this earth. Your prowess never deteriorates. You are the proprietor of the transcendental abode, and you descend to relieve the distresses of the cows, the brahmanas, and the devotees. You possess all mystic powers, and you are the preceptor of the entire universe. You are the Almighty God, and I offer you my respectful obeisances. Sutta Uvac. Pritayetam kalapade parinu taki lodaya mandam jahasa vaikunto mohayam iva maya. Sutta Goswami said, the Lord, thus hearing the prayers of Kunti Devi, composed in choice words for his glorification, mildly smiled. That smile was as enchanting as his mystic power. Tam baddham iti upamantrya pravishya gaja sahvayam striyascha swapuram yasyan premna ragya nivaritaha. Thus, accepting the prayers of Srimati Kunti Devi, the Lord subsequently informed other ladies of his departure by entering the palace of Hastinapur. But upon preparing to leave, he was stopped by King Yudhishthir, who implored him lovingly. Vyasadyer Ishvare Hagyai Krishne Nadbhuta Karmana Prabodhito Piti Haser Nabudyata Shucharpitaha. King Yudhishthir, who was much aggrieved, could not be convinced, despite instructions by great sages headed by Vyas and the Lord Krishna himself, the performer of superhuman feats, and despite all historical evidence. Aha Raja Dharma Sutash Chintayan Suhridam Vadam Prakrite Natmana Viprah Sneha Mohavasham Gata. King Yudhishthir, son of Dharma, overwhelmed by the death of his friends, was aggrieved just like a common materialistic man. O sages, thus deluded by affection, he began to speak. This is also a very important topic. Yudhishthir Maharaj is a pure devotee, but he is playing this pastime for us. He will say, because of me, so many people were killed. So I am not peaceful. But here in Bhagavatam, that story will not be there. When Bhishma told him, it is in Mahabharata, that story about that boy being bitten by a snake and hunter bringing that to mother, and that I can tell tomorrow if this topic will allow. Yes, the passing of Bhishma Dev. So we have to hear about the facts, what is the truth. By hearing the truth, fact, and by accepting, then we can cut off these emotions, material emotions, and become peaceful. We can never be peaceful by all the time trying to fulfill material desires. That will not give us peace. It will always remain unfulfilled. But we have to cut through that by proper knowledge of the facts. Then one can be pacified. Tomorrow is Ekadashi here, so we'll hear.